try to remain open as much as I can to help people with their online job applications. This is a senior assisted living community. She stated as if she bore the official title of job coach for her peers. I show them how to get onto the site and schedule online appointments too. It would take a whole other book to talk about why Black people over 65 are still in the workforce. That was me in my commentary. But at least the residents here understood that job listings have migrated online from hard copy newsprints. Still stuck in a personal deja vu, the property manager quickly snapped me out of it as she spoke of the vulnerability of the lab. The small grant that supported Deborah had expired last month. Deborah spoke about problems maintaining materials like paper and ink, but she did not seem to care too much, given that she had nothing but time to kill living in this building and community. Being here is sometimes better than being in the house, she laughed with a slight undertone of seriousness. And then there was one more thing, you know, and I try to build on the characters as I've met them and bring them together towards the end. Deborah, when I met her, she continued to look out of a window. So she kept looking out this big window in this 386 computer lab that was probably about 300 square feet like mine. And the reason she was looking out the window is because they had plans to tear down the highway and tear down her building. And I could see the lingering pain in her eyes as her mouth grew even more tight, her eyes locked on whatever she was watching behind the window. They said something about a library, computer lab, grocery stores, laundromats, and improved streets, she stated, regurgitating what she had heard or seen on television. They don't know what to do with the highway, because if you've ever been to Syracuse or most urban cities, there's always a highway. In the South, there was always a railroad. And so I talk about that too. Whether so, to keep it or tear it down, it's right there. And it's been here all my life. This is me. What will soon become part of the reality for Deborah and her neighbors will be skyrocketing rents, relocations and dislocations, family and friends separated at the time of construction, and sooner rather than later, a revitalized part of the city with a Starbucks, retail shops, grocery stores, and yield to bicycle signs. This is the same scene that we saw a few years ago in Washington, New York, Chicago, Detroit, and other large metropolitan areas whose code word redevelopment signals gentrification.